If you're a Ghostbusters fan, then stick around, because here's 7 behind-the-scenes facts about the classic 1984 film, Ghostbusters. For the haunted library scene, the flying book effect was done by simply feeding a wire through the books, and then technicians hidden out of frame pulled them across the shelves. And for the flying catalog card effect, they hid technicians behind a fake wall, where they pushed open the drawers and used copper tubing to blow air on the cards to make them shoot out. The worst part was that the effect didn't work well for every take, so each and every card had to be picked up and put back in the drawer to do it all over again. Talk about the worst 52 card pickup game ever. More like 5200 card pickup. Bill Murray narrowly avoided a huge accident when he leapt over the railing to meet Dana Barrett, played by Sigourney Weaver. If you listen to the scene, you can hear his foot clip the railing as he jumps over.
I'd like to talk to someone, please.
Which meant that he narrowly avoided a huge accident that possibly would have injured himself and Annie Potts, who was seated in front of him. A funny thing about the exploding housekeeper card effect was that the lady who played the housekeeper was told by the crew that the cart had a little bit of pyrotechnics on it to get the explosion they needed, but she was unaware of just how much a little bit meant. So the fireworks display that blew up next to her really caught her off guard, resulting in the 100% real frustrated reaction she gave that was actually directed at the crew, not the actors. The visual effects team was only given 10 months to design, build, and shoot every special effect needed for the film, which meant they had to come up with some creative and cheap solutions for some of their visual effects. For example, when Slimer is flying around the chandelier in the hotel ballroom, they ended up using a green spray-painted peanut to get the effect for the shot. The iconic scene of Dana Barrett levitating in the air was all done with practical effects. To do it, Sigourney Weaver was wearing a full body cast to hold her weight as she starts to rise. And to get her to turn, a steel band was wrapped around her body cast and was attached to a steel arm on a pivot, which was all hidden behind the drapes. And the camera was kept low at the bed level so that the pivot arm would be hidden behind her body. Filming a climax of biblical proportions resulted in a traffic jam of biblical proportions in order to film the scene. For 3 days, they blocked off the area surrounding 65th and Central Park West, which during rush hour disrupted about 60% of the Manhattan traffic, backing up nearly every major intersection from Times Square all the way down to the Brooklyn Bridge. Whenever someone in the area asked what was going on, the assistant producer would tell them that the traffic was caused by Francis Ford Coppola's film The Cotton Club, that was shooting in New York at the same time. When the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is destroyed, the melted marshmallow that rained down on everyone was actually shaving cream. And when William Atherton, who played the EPA villain Walter Peck, was doused with marshmallow, the filmmakers were originally going to drop 75 pounds of shaving cream on the actor. But Peck was skeptical about it, so they tried it on a stuntman first, which knocked him down to the ground even though he didn't sustain any injuries. So a smaller batch was dumped on Atherton for the final take in the film. It took more than 500 gallons of shaving cream to cover everyone and everything on the sets. But you might have noticed that Bill Murray hardly has any on him, because he reportedly refused to be smothered in it like his co-stars. But to his defense, the shaving cream did have menthol in it, which reportedly caused some people to break out in rashes, so perhaps he made the right choice after all. Click a video for more great content right here on Fun Fact Films.